Hello everyone, welcome to my NetSec YouTube channel. This is Johnny, a network and security guy. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to use your own Linux VPS to install Docker Aria2+Rclone this Docker to create your own download site, which you can download internet files and then directly save it to your cloud drives. Normally it's OneDrive or Google Drive that will be mounted by Rclone. If you watch my previous videos and searched in my channel using Rclone as keyword, you will see a bunch of videos to show you how to mount Google Drive, OneDrive, Azure Blob Storage, and other cloud drives. You might already see my previous two videos create a cloud download site. Those are posts regarding those videos. To make process much simplified, I decided to create a new video and using this just recently updated Aria2 Pro Docker to create a similar site. All process has been recorded in this blog post, which you will find in the video description. Basically, we're gonna use my favorite VPS provider Oracle Cloud to create a new virtual private server and then install Docker plus Aria2 and Rclone Docker, which we found from this GitHub project. After that, we're gonna configure Rclone to mount your Google Drive as an example to this Docker. Then we will use Cloud AriaNG to connect to your Aria2 and then start downloading. All download files gonna be directly saved to your cloud drives. So now let's start it. I'm gonna use Oracle Cloud to create my new Aria2+Rclone virtual private server VPS. I'm gonna use Ubuntu 22.04 as my operating system. Most settings will be keep default, but the public key file, I'm gonna use my own public key file. Create. It will take 1 or 2 minutes to get it created. At the same time, you may want to create your network security groups. You can do that from networking. Find out your virtual cloud network, VCN. From there, you can choose network security group. You can create your new own one, or you can use your existing one. For my existing one, I have common port already opened. For Aria2, you do need 6800 RPC port to be open. This is TCP, and you also want to open BT port 6888 for TCP and UDP. That is for your BitTorrent trackers. Open those 3 ports. That should be enough. The virtual machine gonna be created in a minute, so I'm gonna pause the video recording here, come back once it has been completed. As you can see, the Aria2-Rclone-1 instance is running. We got the public IP. For the network security groups, by default it's none. Click edit. You can add a new network security group, or you can choose the existing one. So I already created this one before, so I'm using the existing common port open. That's very important to make sure you have network security groups created for port 6800 and 6888. Now we are gonna connect it using my favorite SSH client, mobile extern, to connect to it. After you SSH'd into your Aria2+Rclone virtual instance, the first thing probably you wanna starting to update your system. Perfect. So after 4-5 minutes waiting, the system got updated. For better performance, usually I would suggest to increase your swap size. I have a command listed in a blog post. Please check it out from the video description. So usually I will add a swap size same as your memory, since we are using free virtual instance. So I will get 1 gig swap size. After that, I'm gonna install Docker. So Docker is one of my favorite technology I like to use when it is possible. So like installing Docker and Docker Compose. It's also very simple. Click OK, and to get it updated. Now next step is install Docker Compose. It's not necessary for this lab, but I just want to show you all those commands. So the basic environment is ready. So we install Docker, we install Docker Compose, we update the system. So next step, we're gonna starting to work on our Aria2 Docker. That's just one command. If you look at my video post, you will see that command is here. You just need to copy paste this command. Only thing you need to change is the token. This is RPC secret. I would suggest it to put it into your notepad and put a token here to make it a little bit complicated, too hard to guess. This is an example. And copy this in. So we are using Docker from this P3 to Rex, which you can find from GitHub page. The all command is already shows here. We just make a simple modification for the token and then paste it in. You also can use a compose file to launch a Docker, but it's not necessary to do that way. So it's gonna download in this small Docker and then launch it. If we look at our topology, we will see there's another component we haven't installed, since I think it's not necessary to install. You can have it installed by yourself. As I put the diagram here, you can have AriaNG, also container to manage your Dockers, or installed in your VPS as well, but it's not necessary. It's just optional. How we gonna connect into this Aria2 using AriaNG? We're gonna using some cloud AriaNG to connect into it. So if you look at my blog post, you will see there's a bunch of cloud AriaNGs available. You can just quickly copy paste one. Then you can connect to it. You may worry about the settings. We didn't do any configuration yet. The RPC we haven't configured. Address, those all haven't done. So So you will get the error message to see disconnected for Aria2 status. Since we haven't configured it, then now next step is we're gonna get the public IP for this Aria2 and we're gonna put in here. The port is 6800, it's a default port. Just click reload AriaNG. Now you will see it's connected. Basically, you can create in your downloading task, paste the URL here, it will download to local. So we're gonna log in to see the downloading folder locally, and then we're gonna start to configure the AriaNG to make sure it will automatically send to download folder using AriaNG. We're gonna log in to this Docker and make sure we have AriaNG configured properly, and make sure when it's downloaded, it will using AriaNG to send it to your cloud drive, such as OneDrive or Google Drive. In this video, we're gonna using Google Drive as a test. You'll see download folder and configuration folder. We're gonna use AriaNG config command to do this configuration, or you can directly to run the command from here. It will be same. Since we haven't created our remote, so we're gonna have a new remote. We're gonna enter a name. I put GD here. Same as I did for previous video mounting Google Drive or OneDrive or Azure Blob or any other cloud drive in other videos. So we just need to follow the wizard to finish the configuration to mount our Google Drive as an example. So Google Drive here is 18. So we tested it, we can use default value. It's not much difference. So we're gonna use a default client ID. You can leave it blank. Here we need to choose full access. Of course, leave it empty. We do now for advanced config. We are working on a remote. Here is tricky part. We need to use AriaNG authorized drive to do this job. I'm gonna use one of another my virtual machine in the cloud to get this AriaNG authorized to down. We're gonna copy this command and copy it to virtual machine which has AriaNG and web browser installed. So we're gonna go to my NoVNC Linux box. If you want to know how to install a virtual machine like this, you can watch my video here or from video description to find out the link. That basically you will need the AriaNG to be installed. I already installed it here. So if you copy the whole thing, you will need this. Copy to here first. After that, you need to copy it here first. Copy to the clipboard, and then you can copy paste the whole thing here. But you cannot directly run the command. You can remove the second argument, and then now we are waiting for code. So we're gonna copy this URL. We're gonna get this URL, copy into our Firefox. We're gonna log in to our Google account for the testing. So once we did that, it's all done. Please go back to AriaNG. So now we get this code. Copy back into token here. So it is asking you want to configure this as a shared drive or you want to configure it as a normal drive. This is shared drive, so we're gonna configure this shared drive here. Yes. So my Google account does has a team shared drive layer, also have personal drive. So I'm using the team drive for now. So it find out the folder private. So it's asking choose a number from below. So we're gonna use in the team drive's private folder to continue. We're gonna pick 1. Now we got everything. So it's asking is this okay. So we're gonna keep this remote. Yes. Now we finish the configuration. We're gonna quit configure. So again, this configuration process is the same as the AriaNG configuration I put into other videos. The new authentication method may be a little bit different because we cannot get the token URL directly from this AriaNG. That's why we are using another virtual machine which has web browser and AriaNG installed to get this access token. After we configured the AriaNG, we're gonna log into our Docker to do final script change to auto upload our downloaded file from local Docker to remote cloud drive, Google Drive. So let's log into our Docker. If you look at the file structure, you will see there's a config folder. Let's log in, and you will see a bunch of configuration. We already configured AriaNG.conf, which is our AriaNG configuration, but we are not gonna make any changes on that. We're gonna change our script.conf. That's the one important changes here. So we're gonna go to script.conf. You will see this weird file format, but nothing worry about it. We only need to change this drive name. Right now it's just one drive. Now we don't need that. We're gonna change it to GD, which is our AriaNG configuration name, remote configuration name. And here is drive dir. Right now it's not even enabled yet. It's commented out. We can remove it. We can put it into our temp folder just for testing. So I'm gonna show you my Google Drive right now, which has temp folder. I already have private folder, root folder, and the last temp folder. So I'm gonna make sure that downloaded file from our download site, the files we download from our download website will be pushed or saved it to our cloud drive, which is temp folder. So here is the configuration. The drive dir drive name need to change. Drive name need to match our AriaNG name. The drive dir, if you don't want to use subfolder, just leave it alone, comment it out. If you want to use subfolder, just put the subfolder name here. After that, we're gonna save the change, double check to make sure changes are here. Then we're gonna exit from here. Now we're gonna do our testing. So I'm gonna trying to copy this image address. I'm gonna use our download website to direct download to it. You can put multiple URLs. So right now we are gonna paste our image URL to here. We're gonna start in download now. So the download name, this is a 7 MB file. It's just 1 second. It will be downloaded. So here is the name. Then we go back to our folder. Right away, we see it in our Google Drive. You can see how fast it can be. This will be your perfect download website for any files in the internet you want to download. You can download it and save to your Google Drive for temporary storage, or you can use your Google Drive to make it as your file storage website, and then you can present it to anyone who want to access your Google Drive using some tools like I'm showing here in my previous video. Anyway, today that's all I want to show you, how you can create your downloaded website and save all your download files to your Google Drive. You may also can do more complicated using my full topology, which is you can install AriaNG, you can install Container to manage your Dockers, then you can have your own download web GUI to control your Aria2 for downloading. That will be in different video on topic to talk about it. That's all for this video. Hopefully you can use this video to build your own download site and use your cloud drive as your storage site. Please let me know if you have any questions. If you like this video, give me a thumb up. If you haven't subscribed my channel, please support me and subscribe to my channel. See you in my next episode.